ESB and Vodafone are preparing for the future of the internet by rolling out Ireland's first 100% fibre broadband network.
Stephen O'Connor, the Corporate Affairs Manager with the joint venture company. First of all, Stephen, very welcome.
Thank you very much.
We've had a wonderful tour of Cavan. We've seen all the technological advances that have been made today in Cavan town. But the end user, the customer, the person sitting in front of their screen, what difference is it going to make to their lifestyles?
It's interesting. I mean, we've done a technical trial here where we've connected up 300 homes in 2 housing estates in Cavan. I suppose that was only one part of it to make sure we could do this. We could roll it out technically. The other part, which is the part I'm focused on, is how has this changed people's behaviour? What are the applications they're using it for? Personal applications, work applications, education. That's been really interesting. And, you know, Irish people do love the internet, and 1.2 million of them have fixed broadband connections. So we were curious as to what they would do given a much faster speed. So I suppose it took people a while to get used to it. And then slowly over time, they were using it for the obvious things, the entertainment, you know, the downloading of films, etc., etc. But we found children were using it to do their homework. They were using it for education. We had a nice example in someone's kitchen where one of the kids was studying volcanoes in geography. And instead of looking at it in the book, they were able to go to a website and get a live webcam of an erupting volcano. And it was just so rich with features. And I was kind of struck by, you know, you'd take an awful lot of books and an awful lot of classrooms to get a sense of what an erupting volcano looks like. And you can see education-wise, more and more materials are online, more courses are online, more case studies, you know, that people are doing, particularly in third level. They're all kind of done with colleagues, they're all collaborative. We had another household where the student studying computer science up in Dublin, but he was having to stay in Dublin at the weekends because all his course materials and his case studies, he needed broadband to do them because there was a lot of collaboration and there were very big files he was using. He now can come home to Cavan at the weekend and do all his work, collaborate with all the people he needs to, use the cloud services he needs from Dublin, all from his front room in Cavan. And in fact, he's actually now the envy of his Dublin classmates because he's the guy from Cavan who has 1 gigabit at home, and nobody can quite believe this. So they're nice sort of entertainment, education. We've been struck as well by, you know, we had the Breffni Photography Club, which, you know, they've got the 1 gigabit speed in one of the houses, and he's now uploading all the photos and all the videos of the club that meets every 2 weeks straight onto the website. And it shows really people using the very fast upload speed, not just the download, which kind of most people are familiar with downloading things from the web, pages or films. It's the upload speed that is kind of new here, you know, that ability to share content with other people.
And I suppose the opposite, or the other end of the scale rather than the opposite, is small businesses. Now, on a Wednesday on Cavan TV, we interview small business people. And a lot of them are small 1, 2 businesses, and the internet is their lifeline, and the fact that if they could get something like a fibre optic right to their door, the small businesses that are already running out of their kitchen, the difference would be huge.
I think that's absolutely right. I mean, you know, standing back from this, Irish people spend about 6 billion a year online, and 70% of that leaves the country. So that is a lot of money that is going to external websites, you know, the Amazons and the iTunes of this world. If we could convince more Irish people to keep that spending in Ireland, that would be a great start. And what could do that? I think it's more Irish businesses having better websites, better web content, being able to showcase their wares. I mean, that's a real start. And it would allow those SMEs to show their wares to Irish purchasers, but also to foreign purchasers. You know, you have a good internet connection. You open your shop front to the rest of the world. And, you know, it's that opportunity. You know, I know an example of an architect getting fibre optic connectivity, and he's designing a shopping centre in the Middle East. But he is sending enormous files, detailed drawings, plans, building site workings. There's no way if he didn't have that connectivity that he would have got the job. But he can actually service a client in the Middle East, sending and receiving giant files with his internet connectivity. And that's the kind of export opportunity that we need to be talking about, and giving people access to these big marketplaces.
So staying on the business front, I suppose it can't be denied that there is a bit of a lift in the economy now, that we are starting to come out of a recession. You are really poised at a great time to be launching such a service.
Yeah, we would hope so. I think at a macro level, of course, internet speeds help the economy. They say every 10% increase in internet speed adds 1% to 2% to GDP. So we think it's going to help the economy, and we think it's a great time to be, I suppose, giving Irish people their infrastructure for the next century. The infrastructure for the last century was motorways and electricity. Century before that was railways and canals. Internet is the infrastructure for the next century, and I suppose that's why ESB were very pleased to be doing this project, because it's kind of what we do. We build whatever infrastructure Irish people need at a particular point in time. That's what we do, and that's why we got involved in this. So, we're very excited about it.
Well, we've seen it in action today. Fantastic product. Well done. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.